Violet Bellamy looked down from the vaulted church ceiling at the dozen mourners gathered below for her funeral, which came as a surprise to her because she didn't believe in ghosts. She was a rational person, a former science teacher, and hadn't even felt that ill, just in need of a small milk stout. Yet here she was now, 20-odd feet above her pleasingly slim willow coffin. Most people were dressed in the traditional black, Violet noticed, and quite right too, because they were there to mourn her death after all, not celebrate her life as though it had been one long carnival. Still, there were too many empty spaces on the pews below. If asked, people would say hardly anyone turned up. But since she hadn't made much effort with her friends and family for a while, she couldn't really complain about the poor turnout. The utter relief of lightness now, with no body to weigh her down and all the aches and pains gone. Never again would she have to think about what to wear. In life, nothing ever seemed to be a good fit or right for the occasion. Reverend Timothy cleared his throat and smiled at his little congregation. After 3 years in the job, he knew their attention span would be short. Squinting at his notes, he intoned, "As for man, his days are as grass, as a flower of the field, so he flourishes. For the wind passes over it, and it is gone, and the place there shall know it no more." Lovely, Violet thought. Perfect choice for her service. Vicar Timothy would have loved to deliver a fire and brimstone sermon and swing an incense thurible down the aisle. But he understood there was little call for that these days, and in any case he was in the wrong branch of the faith to get away with it. Gisela Violet Bellamy. What? Who told him to use that name? Even Violet's half-German mother had understood that Gisela, her own mother's name, was not really a good choice for a girl growing up in England, especially in the early 1950s. And had dropped it in favour of Violet when she was about 4. Nobody knew her as Gisela after that, just plain unassuming Violet. The vicar would have known that as well, if he'd done his homework. She spotted her granddaughter Erin on the front row, frowning and pursing her lips. Violet strained to hear what came next. Was, above all, a very private person, a devoted wife, a selfless mother, and a thoughtful neighbour, and yet Gisela was rather different things to different people. It might be said that very few felt they really knew her. To some she was an exceedingly shy lady, her presence in company discreet, even unremarkable. To others, Mrs. Bellamy could be the life and soul of the party, especially after a few of her favourite Belgian beers. The cheeky bugger! As though she was some kind of lush. She would show him. As he paused for his congregation to appreciate his comic mention of Belgian beer, his notes flew out of his hand and floated to the ancient stone floor in front of the altar, which did catch the attention of the assembled mourners, because there was no wind. No sudden gust in that church could have lifted the papers. He bent down to pick them up, revealing Nike trainers and fuchsia-pink socks under his tight grey cassock. Diamante crucifixes embellished each ankle, the left one sparkling in a shaft of sunlight streaming in from the stained-glass window. Clearing his throat, he composed himself and resumed the service, ignoring titters from the small crowd.